start chatting with Focus Spender. I have a couple more folks to chat with. I know Travel Becomes Me is going to be here. We're going to talk to Vanessa a little bit. People have mentioned Ozark. We're going to talk to Chanel for a little bit. And then I have a couple other folks joining in towards the end. So I hope you can stick around because it's going to be a fun time together. What else have you guys been doing? I have been teaching online. So that's been interesting. Some of my students are with it. Some of them are not. They're like, we didn't sign up for this. But we're getting through it. I've been staying inside. I hope you have been as well. Like, I go out occasionally to get things to eat. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Focus Spender. Let's see, here you are. And we're waiting for you. And it's connecting. Hey!
Hey, Keisha, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good. How's everything been?
Good. I know you've been working hard.
Yes, my job has me working nonstop. My clients for work. Everyone's concerned about cash flow. Everybody's concerned about budgets. Everyone's trying to get small business loans. So
okay,
it's been
so
really
first,
busy.
what do you do for work? Like, what's your 9 to 5? So this is Camila O'Brien, Focus Spender. If you've been to hashtag Goals Brunch, if you've been following me for a while, you should have met her at some point. We did this one time. But what do you do for your 9 to 5?
So for my 9 to 5, I am a senior financial manager with a company called Charter School Business Management, and we have a subsidiary called Foresight where we work with nonprofits throughout the country. So right now, everyone is really concerned about how to make their next payroll, if there's going to be any cuts to the budget from the governor of New York, how they're going to pay their teachers. So there's a lot of people just really stressed out right now.
Okay, so again, thank you to everyone that's joining us. We're starting to talk with Focus Spender. Hi, Dr. Faith. I am well. I've been in the house working from home. And yeah, you should get a pen and pad because you never know what knowledge she's going to drop. So I would say, yes, definitely get a pen or a pad or open up. Yeah, get a pen or pad because if you open up the thing on your phone, you'll lose this. So your 9 to 5 is that. So I know you've been busy all day, every day. Mm-hmm. And then tell us about Focus Spender. Like, what is Focus Spender? Who is Focus Spender?
So Focus Spender is my alter ego. No, just kidding.
Your superhero.
My superhero. So I have a YouTube channel called Focus Spender that I started, I don't know, about maybe like 8 to 10 years ago, where I was basically chronicling what I was doing to get rid of my student loan debt. I had $65,000 worth of student loan debt. So I think in the beginning, it was more so just about how to get out of debt. But then from there, I started investing heavily. So most of my newer videos for like the last 2 or 3 years really is about how to invest your money. I was able to really grow my net worth just through investing. So one of the things that always, tripped me up about living in New York is just that real estate is so expensive. And everyone is like, okay, well, you can really grow your net worth by real estate, which is great. However, when houses are like $800,000, $900,000, I kind of felt like I needed to do something else. So my other thing to do was to invest my money. And it's worked out. Even though the stock market has gone absolutely crazy, it still really worked out in my favor so far.
Okay, so welcome again to everyone that's joining us. I'm talking to Focus Spender. Somebody asked a question about lipstick. I don't know if they mean mine or yours.
Yours is popping. I went real light today.
I like yours. Mine is MAC Snow Orchid. What's yours?
It's Urban Decay. Mm-hmm. And you can't really see. It's really purple, but I really put it on very lightly, so you can't see how purple it is.
Okay. So you were saying that you paid off $65,000 worth of student debt in how much time?
In 3 years.
In 3 years.
Yes.
I know it's very involved how you did that.
Yeah. So, I had to do a lot of things. One, I got a few side hustles so that I was making extra money from my job, because I think when I started my whole debt payoff plan, I think I was making about $55,000 a year. So obviously my debt was higher than my salary. So I knew I needed to bring in extra money. I had to really readjust how I was doing like my 401k. So I didn't want to stop my 401k contributions, but I just did it just to the max, which was at the time just 2%. What else? I put myself like on a cash flow. So I created a budget to make sure that I wasn't overspending in any categories, but I also really tightly managed how my money was coming in and where it was going. So my first priority was always to pay at least double on my student loan bill. So if it was $500, and I was like, okay, how am I going to get an additional $500 this month to make it 1,000? So that was always my goal, to at least double my payments every single month.
Okay.
Kind of think. I think that was like the bulk of what I did.
And the things that you're talking about, like cash flow, budget, these are all things that people can reach out to you for individually, as well as you have some of these worksheets for free or low cost on your website.
Low cost. So I have a few different cash flow options. I feel like budget templates, a budget template is so simple to create on your own. You literally just need to list out all of your income for the month and then all of your expenses. What is the difference? If it's negative, then you need to figure out how to reduce your expenses. But honestly, that is like the bare bones of what a budget should look like. A cash flow is just a little bit more involved because you're trying to time everything correctly. You're trying to make sure that, I get paid on the first of the month. My rent comes out on the second. This bill, which is like $1,000, comes out on the 16th. And you're really trying to manage the timing of everything so that you always have enough money to start. You always have enough money before your next payday, so you're not scrambling, and that you are maximizing your payments to all of your different loans, or if you have credit cards, to your credit cards.
Okay. So I don't even know what to ask you about what we should be doing right now. What are you doing? What do you?
Me personally, see, I feel like I'm a little bit of an outlier just because I don't have student loan debt. But if you do have student loan debt, I know that a lot of lenders, from what I've been seeing, are halting student loan payments for the next several months. So if you are in a situation where your lender says, fine, you don't have to pay, I'm at the point where I feel like everyone should be hoarding their money. Like, seriously, if you have any doubt in your mind about your job, even if you don't have doubt in your mind about your job, you really should be saving your money, because I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell anyone that it's all going to be good in a month. Mm-hmm. It may not be. It may not be good in 6 months. We don't know what's going to happen. So I really feel like whatever extra expenses that you don't need to spend, just take that money and put it in the bank, just because we don't know, especially if you don't have an emergency fund. If you have an emergency fund, especially if it's like 6 months to 12 months, you're probably fine. But if you don't have money saved for a rainy day, this is the time to like really stack your money away just in case something happens to your job. Like because I talk to executive directors and principals, I know the hard decisions that they're making right now in terms of what are we going to do if we don't get the revenue that we're forecasting. We're not going to cut our teaching staff because we know we need the teachers to teach, but these other staff members, maybe those are going to be the first ones to go. So you don't know what conversations are going on that you're not privy to. So just save your money.
Okay.
Sorry to be Debbie Downer.
No, I mean, it's the real, right? Like, thank you to everyone that's joining us right now. I'm Dr. Keisha, and I'm here chatting with my good friend, Focus Spender. I think someone had a question. How do we help family members who have lost their jobs, but you are limited in terms of the money that you have?
That is a
high
hard one.
flourish savings. I mean, I think you really should be on the lookout in terms of what's taking place in your community, what your community is offering. Now is not the time to be proud. If you do need to go to the food pantry, go to the food pantry. Encourage them to go to the food pantry. Maybe go for them and take some things over there. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of community organizations are sort of like mobilizing.
You can help them with applying for unemployment. I know like the wait time has dramatically reduced. If they are healthy and they are want to work, there are companies that are hiring that do need additional
Yeah,
workers. So
apparently
that's
Amazon's hiring. I saw like someone this week said that they got a job that way.
mhm,
Um, I mean, you're
CVS.
just gonna have to be sort of inventive about how you go about doing this. But I'm confident that folks are gonna figure it out. And if you're in a position to help folks, I would encourage you to do that as well. Um, so I need to hop over to, so again, this is Focus Spender. We just talked about how, in a nutshell, she paid off $65,000 worth of student debt. Um, she started investing, and I know you have a lot of videos. What I like about your videos is that they're short, and I understand what you're saying. So um, she has a lot of videos on YouTube, as well as she posts them here on IG from time to time. I see a circle going. If someone can just let me know if y'all are still there, that would be great. So she has all. Is this a time to start investing? That's the question for Focus Spender. We just lost her, and it's actually time for me to hop over to our next person. But follow her at Focus Spender on here, as well as check out her YouTube video. She talks about investing. I know it kicked you off, but it's okay because it's time for me to switch over to Kita. But hello. Check out Focus Spender. She talks a lot about the different apps that you can use for investing. She has tools on her website in terms of setting up your cash flow and setting up a budget. And we have a lot of time right now. If you have money, that's a good point, Flourish Savings. If you already have money saved, I think, and Camila, tell me if I'm wrong here. I'm going to try to get you back, actually, because I think these are important questions. I'm gonna try to get you back just for these two questions, and then we're gonna go. Okay.
Okay.
So I think, you tell me.
Sorry.
You know, I asked you these questions. I think the focus should be on saving. You have time, look at how you spend your money right now and see what things you can get rid of.
So in terms of starting to invest, again, if you have your emergency fund fully funded and you are secure, you can start investing. Yes,
but
it's
if
fine.
if you don't have your emergency fund, then no. This is I think people are under the impression that stocks are really low, so they'll just buy and make a couple thousand more.
Yes, they are low. They might go lower, and I don't want to say people are going to lose their job, but it's really bad. Like we're home now for 2 weeks. We might be home for another month. We might be home for 2 months. Like it's going to take time for things to start building up. So I want people to make sure that they have cash in the bank, and then they can think about starting to invest. Because I mean, it is low, but like I said, it could go much lower before it turns around.
We need to have our cash. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Focus Spender. I don't know how to get you off. So you might have to end it, and then I'm going to grab Kita. So it's like,
okay.
And then come back.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for everyone that's joining us on this Instagram live. We were supposed, I'm going to grab Kita real quick, because we got to get Kita now. Hi. Don't you look pretty?
Oh, thank you. You too.
All right. So thank you to everyone that's joining us right now. I'm Dr. Keisha. I just finished speaking with Focus Spender. And now I'm talking to another friend of mine. I call her Kita. Travel Becomes Me. Obviously, she's not traveling anywhere right now, but I just want to say we were supposed to have an event last Saturday, my Sip and Shop, and some of these ladies were going to be there. I'm going to be talking to Alicia in a little bit. She's from Amber Portier. I'm wearing her earrings. I'm going to talk to Vanessa in a little bit. Someone wants to know if you're all right, Kita. She hasn't gone anywhere. When was the okay? So we're just here. We're chatting. They're gonna pop in and out. Please stick with us. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Kita is in a mood. She's a whole mood.
Okay.
Kita, this is probably the longest she stayed still.
I
I'm
apologize.
sorry. Okay, let me do this properly.
Yeah.
Kita, what is your 9 to 5?
So I'm a global finance attorney, right? So
Mhm.
these are extremely interesting times. I work for a rating agency, and we rate the debt of sovereigns, of banks, of complex financial transactions, and of corporates.
Okay, so that's a lot of fancy stuff that I don't understand. But you're one of the smartest people I know, so I love it. But again, if you've been to hashtag Goals Brunch, if you've been to any of my events, if you follow me, these are women that I'm always doing stuff with. I'm also extremely blessed to have gone to high school with them.
So that means, how long have we known each other?
A long time. A long time. And so we talk about a lot of things. So Kita usually travels 12 times a year?
Yep.
Okay. And we're in March. When was the last time you traveled?
I was away 3.5 weeks ago. So
You were away 3.5 weeks ago. So just when it sort of hit the fan.
immediately before New York started locking down. So
Yeah.
on my last trip, I had, all of my sanitizing wipes, my hand sanitizer. I was being super cautious on the plane. And by the time I got a week later, when I came back, I started working remotely. My job shut down our offices. And then I've been home ever since.
So
I had a
how
trip
many
that got canceled.
was that?
I had a trip to Jamaica next week that's been canceled.
Yeah, I have a trip in 2 weeks that's been canceled. I have a trip. I was supposed to be somewhere tomorrow.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
sad. It's
I
very,
was I was supposed to be somewhere tomorrow, and then in 2 weeks, and then in 3 weeks. And I was very excited about it, but here we are.
if we got to be anywhere, it might as well be Brooklyn.
And I gotta be honest, I might have went through a mild depression when I realized I couldn't go anywhere. But I am grateful to be alive and to have my health and to be in my comfortable home. It's just all about putting things into perspective. If y'all have questions for travel, about travel, just pop them down in the comments. Or someone did ask a question.
I missed it.
Okay, that was a question for Camilla. I'll send it to Camilla later. But I could kind of ask you, like, what changes have you made? Because I feel like this is a conversation we were having the other day via text. Someone asked, what changes have you made in terms of spending recently? So what?
Spending on travel, or in terms of the way that I'm looking at travel?
Just the way you're looking at travel.
Okay. So a couple of things, right? So this is also colored by the fact that I'm a global finance attorney, right? So what I have been monitoring, and I typically advise people to do this anyway for low-cost airlines, is which airlines seem to be under financial stress, right? Because there are a fair amount of travel deals right now, and I suspect, like, if you were to book, let's say 5 to 6 months out, you'd probably be okay to fly. There wouldn't be as many travel restrictions, but would the airline still exist?
Because we're seeing a lot of crazy deals pop up. Like, people are like, oh, I could go to Italy for $75. But we really need to be careful.
Correct. You need to be careful. Like, for example, 3 or 4 weeks ago, an airline entered into bankruptcy. A very popular European airline that people use to hop between countries in Europe, right? So you have to monitor, check the financial reports out of airlines, news articles, if it's a public filer, see whether or not they're.
Wait, you have something like this on your website, yes?
Yes. So if you, I did a whole blog post on how to check the financial health of local.
And it's on your website, which is
KitaBrereton.com. KIRE.
Let me try to type it here.
It's easier. It's probably easier if you go to Travel Becomes Me and just
okay.
click on my website from there. But there is a blog post that talks about the types of resources you can use to check the financial health of airlines to make sure that you are not booking with an airline that's going to disappear, right? Because airlines are, if you buy a ticket from an airline, you're an unsecured creditor. And in a bank, that means you're last in line. You don't want to be last in line. So,
No.
so it's better to verify. So for me personally, the way that I'm looking at it, it is highly unlikely that even if the U.S. were to be in a position to allow us to fly to very many countries, other countries may feel uncomfortable given the amount of cases. You know, the U.S. is number one in terms of cases in the world right now, allowing people from the U.S. to fly into their countries, right? So for me, that means that probably around August, September, I'm looking at for international trips, and then over the summer for domestic trips.
Okay.
Because as you're probably aware, people are also not too fond of New Yorkers coming over.
Yeah. How the tables have turned.
Sure.
Okay, so how are you coping? How are you doing?
It's rough. It's rough. I mean, I'm fine. I am doing a lot of cooking because I love to cook. I'm doing a lot of.
You asked for a recipe for what? Pizza crust the other day?
I sure did. And I made the most phenomenal pizza. It was spectacular.
Yeah, I do not have a recipe for pizza crust. I don't know why you thought I had a recipe for pizza crust. I know how to order pizza. There's a lot of things I know how to make, but pizza crust is not one of them. Again, thank you to everyone that's joining us. I'm here chatting with my friend Travel Becomes Me. She usually travels about 12 times a year. She's been grounded for a while. So I'm just asking her how she's coping.
So I found a great recipe for New York style thin crust in the New York Times. It was phenomenal. I highly recommend it. But I've been doing a lot of cooking. I'm a former dancer, so I've been doing a lot of dancing, writing. I also enjoy writing, so I've been doing a lot of writing. So I'm just finding things to keep myself occupied.
Good. I'm glad. So if you have any questions, you can always follow Travel Becomes Me. She has some low-cost booklets as well.
And tons of free stuff on my website as well.
Keita, they want the recipe on the thin crust.
Okay, so what I'll do is after this, I will link the recipe in my Instagram stories.
Yeah.
You just swipe up and get it. It was the recipe was great.
Yeah.
I also have right now a free email course. It's a 30-week course where it walks you through a lesson. Thank you. It walks you through a lesson each week on how to save tons of money on travel. It also walks you through lessons on how to check the financial health of airlines or health services providers, how to check the maintenance records. Last year, there were quite a few airlines that had sketchy practices and planes that were grounded or were not allowed to fly. So it's tons and tons of stuff that I walk you through in the course.
So it's free. It's free. It's free.
The free course.
Free. So that some people got time on their hands, and even if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, it's 30 weeks. So that's you can just sort of take your time and work your way through it.
Exactly. You get one lesson a week, and so it's really simple to go through.
Okay.
So
and they can get that through the link in your bio?
Correct.
Okay.
Just sign up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. They want to know where we sign up. So you go to Travel Becomes Me. You go to her
Instagram page.
Profile, her Instagram, and once you click on the link in her bio, it will take you there. So Keita, if you can do me a favor and hop off, I'm gonna grab the next person, but come back and hang out. I know it's been a long day for you, so thank you for everyone that's joining. I believe the next person that I'm gonna be chatting with is Yolande from Wit and Grace. So great. So if I can just come over here and grab her. This is so much fun. Do y'all have questions for me, by the way? Hi,
Hi!
neighbor.
Hi, neighbor!
How you doing?
Oh my gosh. I was just, listen, first of all, I hopped on because I wanted to hear everyone. I saw your lip and I was like, ooh, because I had like a muted lip color. So I was like, let me go get that pink lip because everyone's
Yes.
lipstick was just like popping. So wanted to be in there.
It's the little things when you're working from home, right? Like
Seriously, seriously. I think I posted something today on my personal page that all I do all day long is just switch tops. So I'm usually wearing like a shawl. Today, just
listen.
for you, I have the Use Your Power to
Yes.
Empower shirt, just because it's
Yes.
Women's Month. So just as for all the women that have been on here that are helping and sharing resources and tips, it's amazing. So I picked up some good tips about money, about spending, about travel, which I'm definitely going to use because I never thought of that. Like, is this airline going to go out of business?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
real, and we've been seeing that more and more. Thank you for everyone that's joining us. I'm Dr. Keisha. I'm here with Yolan Morris. Yolan is the founder and editor-in-chief of Wit and Grace magazine. And so we're just going to chat with her about how she's been dealing with all of this. Fun fact, she also went to the same high school that we went to.
I did. I was like a year behind you guys. I heard
Yeah.
So like Keisha, I've been basically following her my whole life. We went to high school together. We didn't realize that we were a year apart in high school and in college, and then ended up at the same church, but didn't actually meet while I was there. So, but then God had you move around the corner from me, and it's been a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 99 years.
Yes, 99, last class of the millennial.
So I've seen you more than I've probably seen anybody, which isn't a lot. Like I've seen you like 2 or 3 times, but you're like the only person I've seen.
I know. It's like you and my mama. That's it.
It's just been so crazy. I've been in this house about 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
What you been doing?
So I love hearing all the different things that you guys do like full time.
Yeah.
So I work for a pharmaceutical company. So as you can imagine, especially at this time, I work in communications. They have been hard at work trying to develop a medicine to treat COVID-19. So a lot of what I've been doing is like crisis communications, answering questions from patients and like different people, creating content. Just about, mental health, tips for getting through managing this whole pandemic, writing content like, how kids should talk to how parents should talk to their kids. Well, actually, I edited that one because I'm not a mom and I have no tips.
I don't know how you should talk to your
I have
kids.
nothing to share about how to get
We're going to talk to a mom in a little bit.
So, but yeah, so I work on a team of about 20 people, and we basically create content. I'm responsible for content and colleague engagement. So like last week, I was a little stressed because I was launching a huge platform for colleagues in the US. So just like had to hop on a call with about 3,000 folks and, present and do all that stuff. So,
that's nothing. Just 3,000 people. That's you.
So that's my day job. And then my kind of, I don't want to call it a
passion project.
Exactly. I was like, I'm not going to call it like just a side hustle because it really is my passion. As you can see, like I really love creating content, writing. That's like a gift that I feel like God has given me. And so a lot of what I do with Wit and Grace is creating content and pulling through content from different people who have submitted it. What's great is that I've met so many women over the last 2.5 years who've just reached out like, I'm a writer. I would love to create content. I'd love to write an article. Please, if you are on this live right now and you are a writer, I'm going to already just say Travel Becomes Me and Focus Spender. I'm going to hit you guys up for some articles or just share some things from your website, try to do a little syndication thing, because definitely we have categories for health and wellness, for travel, for just careers and different things. And really it's about empowering women to live their purpose and just to do the things that God has called them to do.
Anybody, if you have questions for Yolan, just pop them down there. So what can we look forward to from Wit and Grace in the coming weeks, months?
So what's crazy is, you know, as I mentioned, like the last few weeks have been so hectic, but you know, you keep seeing like these things on social media. So, you know, that podcast you've always wanted to start, you know, that podcast.
You've
And
been
what's
getting those too.
I know.
Popping up.
They're just targeting me. So what's so crazy is I felt like God had given me just like a vision for starting a podcast late last year. I created the graphic, I created the concept, everything, never put it out. And on, I think it was our walk last week, Keisha and I had like a weekly walk. And so we were just talking about that. And she's like, so, and next thing I know, she's like, so, and I was like, you know, I would love to interview you. And I'm thinking like, you know, maybe in a couple of weeks or something. She's like, so when do you want me to come over? I was like, okay.
Yeah, because at this point, we've been walking together.
Right.
Like, it's, you know, we're sharing the same space. We're doing social distancing, but it'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So literally it was just like, well, my presentation, I have to get that out of the way. So that was like Thursday at noon. I presented, and then Keisha came over, I think like 7:00 that Thursday, and we knocked out episode 1. And so what's so great is then I recorded an intro and went through the whole process, and it's not as hard as you think. And you know, just how to start a podcast. And what's crazy is that I actually I've been doing this stuff for work. I created a podcast at work. You know, when I was in grad school, I did it as like a school assignment. So I was like, I already know how to do this. But you know, when procrastination kind of like hits you in the butt and you're just like, oh, there's so many podcasts. Everyone has a podcast. Everyone's doing it. It's so crowded. Like, and so you think like, you know, maybe there's no audience, right? But one of the things that I've had to kind of, you know, just kind of say to myself, and I felt like the last couple of months has been, even if it's one person, that even if it's an audience of one person, I think we get so wrapped up in like it has to be 1 million people, you know, it has to be 10,000 or whatever magic number we have in our heads of how many people is enough, right, to influence or to make a difference. And there have been so many times that I've like put out content and maybe it's gotten like 13 likes, you know, or something, and you're just like, that was really good, I worked really hard on that, you know. And there are times that you get like hundreds of likes, right? But when you get those like 12 likes, 13 likes, but then there have been times where someone has, even if it's like just one person, sent like an email, like, you don't know what I was going through. Like this really spoke to me, like, you know, and so it's like, that's meaningful. And I think about, you know, just like Jesus goes back for that one, right? We think always about the 99, like it's all, you know, but he goes back for that one. And so, you know, even if it's one person that is going to subscribe and listen, I hope it's more than one.
It's going to be more than one.
But I think that was the kind of the mentality that I had to walk myself through and say, like, it's not about the audience, right? If you build it, kind of Field of Dreams, they will come, right? Mm-hmm. But you got to build it.
Yes.
So thanks for helping me build it, Keisha.
Yes. Don't ever tell me you want to do something.
I know. Goals brunch. You are a goal getter.
But yeah, and you're right. Our relationship has leveled up because we've spent a little bit more time together. We've communicated a little bit more during this time, and people are encouraging. This is what I love about this group and the community that we've been building. People are encouraging you. I don't know if you see it.
I see it.
Your voice, keep putting it out. Listen, anytime I think about doing something, these ladies are there cheering me on. And so that's I am glad that we're all a part of this community.
Absolutely. Okay. And in fact, that's something, and I know you have to get to the next person, but, you know, just to share what the podcast is really quickly, it's called Care Deeply. And it's really about how we care for ourselves and others, because I felt like a lot of times when we're trying to empower people, we think that it's about like this hustle, like we got to hustle, we got to work, we got to put in all of these hours. And that's important. Hard work is important. But really what I've seen from myself and other women over the last few years is that we haven't been taking care of ourselves because we're so trying to do 1,000,001 things, right? And, you know, a huge part of what I was dealing with, just like trying to, you know, doing working full time, doing a magazine, doing just all these different things and all these events and like serving in my church and whatever, it's like I was burnt out. And there was a time where I had to like take care of me. And it's like I can't take care of anyone else. I can't empower anyone else if I'm not taking care of me first, right? And so it's just this thing about how do we care deeply for ourselves? How do we care deeply for others? And we discuss things like you said, like not just self-care, but community care, which is, I think, something that you do really well. And we touched on that in our podcast episode, especially now at a time where so many people are isolated. Like, how do we care for each other as a community? How do we care for our relationships? All the different aspects of care. So we're going to touch on that in this season of the Care Deeply podcast. So follow Wit and Grace Mag so that you know how to subscribe and get that to you.
And I joined your live. So guys, we're going to end up going over 7 o'clock, but just know that at some point Instagram's going to kick us off and just come back in because I have some amazing people waiting to talk to you. But I joined your live yesterday, and you were talking about Music Mondays. And I love that every Monday the magazine puts out a curated playlist on Spotify, and check it out.
Music gets me going.
Yes, you were jamming yesterday.
Yep.
And we have a musician on here that we're gonna talk to in a little bit. I think I'm gonna grab Vanessa next, which we need to connect.
Hi, Vanessa.
So,
all right, I'm gonna hop off, but you do your thing.
All right. So remember, guys, follow Wit and Grace Magazine. You'll get you can subscribe. You can get their weekly playlist. It's really cool. It's really dope that she started that magazine. And I think that is just a testament that if you have an idea, just start it and use the skills that you have. So we're trying to connect with Vanessa. Vanessa's on the road somewhere. So I hope this works. It says connecting. Do y'all have questions for me in the meantime? Yeah, she's in the car. What state are you in? Can you hear me? I can see you.
I don't think she can hear me.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me? No? Yes? I don't think she can hear me. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Yes. Yes. Is it working?
Him?
Okay. So where are you going?
We are headed to North Carolina. I don't have pretty lipstick on. I've been in the car for about 8 hours. You can see my dewy skin. That's just dirt. And here's my puppy. Hi, puppy. Pepper.
Hey, puppy.
Anyways, and that's my husband. He can't hear you, but he's driving me.
Okay, Vanessa's not driving. She is in a bad area. It's all blurry. So let's just do it really quick. Vanessa's had to get out of New York because she has a compromised immune system. Vanessa is a 2-time cancer survivor. And so she's heading out someplace that's a little bit more safer, where she can relax a little bit. What have you been working on? Tell us about the thing that you've been working on real quick.
So if you go to VanessaJoyWalker.com, you can learn all about what I've been working on. I have a book coming out on August 4th.
You wrote a book, y'all. She wrote a whole book.
Yeah, 58,000 words of me and Jesus, and a lot of tears and a lot of joy. It's called Make Room for Joy, and I'm really excited about it. You can pre-order it now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and a handful of other places. But I'm also just launching a coaching business, which I've been kind of doing for a while, for a handful of years. I've had my own company, Jillian Walker Management, where I did some consulting. on and off, but I'm really starting to focus more on helping people in times of transition and dealing with adversity, dealing with grief. My book is really about finding joy in the middle of really uncertain and painful times, which is kind of what we're all in.
Life.
Yeah. It is on my life. Keisha's read my book already.
I read the book. It's a good book, y'all. Go get it. Get the book.
It is based on my life, but when people have been asking me to write a book for a really long time. And I always said, if I write a book, I don't want it to just be about me. I want it to be about the reader, because I really think that it's easy for us to listen to someone's story and think, oh, their story is this, that's not my story. But it's not the specific details of our journeys that connect us. It's all of those little things between every line that connect us. It's the pain and the suffering and the disappointment and the failure and the joy that comes in the morning. I loved when Yolande was talking about this kind of rush, this rush of hustle that we've all been attached to. And we all understand that, no matter what our job is. And I write about that in my book, this idea of, what is it that we're fighting for, and what pace are we trying to actually go after? And we talk about the difference between the rush of hustle and the pace of grace.
Yeah, and that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite chapters in the book. So someone asked, and again, hi everyone, thank you for joining. I'm Dr. Keisha. I've been chatting with a couple of my girlfriends today who are doing amazing things, and chatting with Vanessa Joy Walker, and she recently wrote a book, and it's available for pre-order. If you go to her website, vanessajoywalker.com, you can get more information about her and all of this. Someone asked, what kind of coaching are you doing?
I'm doing life coaching, as well as transition and adversity coaching, some business coaching. It really depends on what you're looking for, but I'm really looking to help people figure out what this next step is for them. A lot of times we get stuck in our lives because of circumstance, or because something's been done to us, or because we've fallen into a circumstance, and we can feel trapped in that zone. And we're not, we always have choices. There's always a possibility in a problem. And I think that my life began to take a shift when I finally was able to see the opportunities that were hidden amongst all of the difficulties. And so I really love to partner with people and watch them grow and flourish and move forward in their own dreams.
And she can help you get your whole life together. That's what she just said. She'll help you get your whole life, and she'll do it.
I do have a background in communications and operations. I am director of operations of a company, and I'm really passionate about equity and inclusion work. That's the company that I work with. We do, it's an educational firm. We do equity and inclusion work. We've also done some work with Keisha on that side of things. So I'm really excited about this next season of my life. And
I'm so excited. I feel blessed to be able to have, I feel like a front row seat. I am the president of your fair club. We're starting a club. Y'all can join.
We are. Yes, actually, we will announce that.
We will announce the official formation of the club.
Yes,
a part of this community is that we support each other and we promote each other, and we're really going to do that. For those of you that are just joining us, it probably I think I have about 3 more people to talk to, because I got some stuff up my sleeve. Well, it's a short sleeve, but thank you for joining us. I'm so happy that you are heading out to take care of yourself.
Thank you.
If you are not on my mailing list, please drop me a DM with your email address so that I can stay in contact with you. I know some of you are on here because a friend might have told you to join in. I hope you're following me. Travel Becomes Me was on earlier talking about travel. We had Wit and Grace magazine. We also had the Focus Spender. And here we have Vanessa Joy.
Yeah, Vanessa Joy Walker. That's me. You can follow
Joy
me.
Walker. Yeah. Yes, Vanessa, please stay well. I'm going to grab the next person. I figured out how to do this. So Chanel, I'm coming to get you. And then I have, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm really excited to talk to this next person. I'm excited to talk to all these ladies. I really haven't seen them in a while. Hi, Chanel.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hey, everyone. This is my friend Chanel. And we were just chatting yesterday, I think, about what you were doing with the baby and what you were going to do. And I thought it would be really great for you to share that. So introduce yourself. Tell people, what is your 9 to 5?
Okay, my name is Chanel Lewis Donald. I work in the Supreme Court building in Kings County, which is Brooklyn. I am the secretary to Supreme Court Justice.
Okay, that's
and I am a mother of a 2-year-old.
Your mom of
and
a
I'm married.
And married
Yes.
to one of my best friends. He did good. He did good. Poor girl. And what I love about you is that you're very intentional about what you're getting ready to do.
Oh,
right.
Thank you.
And you have so many skills. She can cook, she makes the best sangria.
Which I'm drinking right now because hubby is watching the baby.
Yes, thank you for watching the baby, Jay.
Yes.
So you have a 2-year-old at home. You have
Yes.
a 2-year-old boy.
Yes, Hendrix.
Hendrix gets into everything.
Everything. Especially now that he's crossed over into the toddler phase. He's into everything and repeats everything.
He repeats all the things you don't want him to repeat.
Exactly.
So how have you been sort of spending your days? I know yesterday we were talking about what shifts you were going to make.
Yeah, well, for the last 2 weeks, I have not been on a schedule, but his teacher did send me over what they normally do, but I said I was going to make adjustments to it because this is not school. He's home with his mom.
I love that. Say that again.
Yeah, this is not school.
Because I think a lot of parents are struggling with that. Like, they're trying to do exactly what the teacher, you're not the teacher. Do what you can.
No, to be honest, I'm trying to rest as well. So, we may get up at 10 instead of our normal time of 6:30. While I'm making breakfast, he's doing what his teacher would deem circle time. So I'll put on a YouTube video and he'll dance and sing while I make breakfast, and then we'll eat together, and then we might watch Judge Judy afterwards. So I'm not on a schedule, and I don't think I will be following a schedule.
But you know that there's certain things that you've been trying to do with him, though.
Yeah, definitely. I know that we're working on our colors. I'll do some flashcards with him, but I'm not going to say, every day at 11 o'clock we'll do flashcards. Maybe it'll be 11 today and 6 o'clock the next day.
I think that's key. You figure out what works for your kid.
Yeah, because, yesterday was a good day. Today wasn't. He was extremely cranky, and I just let him do his own thing today instead of being stressed out and trying to force him to do things he doesn't want to do.
And what are some things that you're trying to do?
For myself?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to get the rest that I may have lost in the past 2 years. I consider going and taking the LSAT again and trying to study, but it's kind of hard when someone wants your attention all the time. He does have his own Instagram page. It's called The Future is Hendrix.
The Future is Hendrix. Y'all should follow him.
Please follow my baby. Maybe trying to turn that into a kind of mommy blog. I've been thinking about doing that with him. So I think I'm leaning more towards that. I know I should be studying for the LSAT because that's what my boss wants me to do. But I know, just trying to balance those two things. Those are my two main things.
Yeah, like being realistic, doing
Yeah.
what feels good and what's natural.
Yeah.
Keita's trying to pressure you into joining the profession.
I know. When she said the financial global attorney, I was like, "Ooh, let me write this down."
Yeah, y'all need to talk.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I know, a lot of people have it tough. I can honestly say I'm not that one. I work for the state, so I know I'm guaranteed my money, even though it's a delay because they didn't sign the budget. But, so I totally agree with the first lady had on, tried to save as much money because this hit everyone like a ton of bricks. No one is really expected to stay home this long, so it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm definitely oh man, here we go. So again, if we lose touch, we'll just come back, just close the app and come back in. Because Instagram after an hour it sort of times out. But I think that's really cool that you're just sort of figuring out what works for you.
Yeah.
And taking your time and just having fun with your baby. Like, he is fun.
Yeah.
He was telling me some colors last night. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
So he just got tired, right? He was
Yeah.
just got tired at some point. That was it for the colors.
And that was that. Yeah. Every day I'm amazed of things that he knows that, you don't realize that they know these things because, we're working, and by the time we come home, it's like dinner and then bed. So sometimes he catches me off guard with things that he says. So, I'm just taking this opportunity to, teach him as much as I can and, let him enjoy this time with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Oh, hi, Dre.
Aren't you supposed to be watching the baby?
Exactly.
Does anyone have questions for Chanel about mommy duty, what she's doing, what sort of activities she's doing, about law school, about sangria?
Yeah. Baking.
She can bake. She did like an amazing, used to do all those cupcakes.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of hard to do it now with a baby, but yeah. I try. I made banana bread the other day and it came out great.
Nice. Because he gets he wants to be involved in everything.
Yeah, he's very independent too. So sometimes when you want to help him and he's like, "No, mommy, no." So, I just let him do his thing sometimes.
Awesome. So thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Follow The Future is Hendrix.
Yes.
Guys, what I'm going to do right now, because it's 6:59, is I'm going to close out and come back in. And how do you make a perfect sangria? Okay, so I'm going to close out and I'm going to come back in and grab you. And then Alicia, I'm coming, and Zasha, I'm coming, okay? So guys, just close out the app and come back in. So we're going to end. And I'm back. And I want to continue talking with Chanel. So I'm just waiting for you guys to come back on so that we can continue this conversation. This has been so much fun. I'm having so much fun talking to you guys. I'm going to be talking to, like, my earrings. My earrings are by Amber Portier. And so I'm going to be talking to the designer of my earrings, too. And Dasha, Isis, I might grab you in a little bit. I hope you're camera ready. So I'm going to go back here and grab Chanel. We were talking about sangria. All right. So someone wanted to know, thank you guys all for coming back. This is so much fun. I know you could be anywhere. There's so many clubs on IG. There's so many clubs and parties on IG that y'all could be at. So I appreciate y'all joining us today. So again, I'm Dr. Keisha. Thanks for joining. I'm talking to my friend Chanel.
Hello, everyone.
Hendrix. Follow him. The Future is Hendrix. And I was just saying, Chanel is married to one of my best friends. And She always camera ready.
That's Hendrix' teacher.
This is Hendrix' teacher. I says, I got all kinds of questions for you. So yes, I was saying that you're so talented. You can bake, you can cook, and you make the bomb sangria. So someone asked about, you don't have to give them your recipe. Maybe give them like some hints. I don't know if you want to give them your recipe.
The wine is the most important thing in your sangria.
Thank you.
That's it. Yeah, definitely the wine. I'll go for I prefer white sangria, so Pinot Grigio I think is the best. It's not too sweet or dry, and you can mix it with different types of juice. So Pinot Grigios.
So getting the wine.
Yeah, the wine is most important. You can use a cheap vodka. Normally I pair vodka with my white sangrias. So you can use a cheap vodka, but don't skimp out on the wine.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. So she just gave us some pointers on making sangria. I was like, in this day, you could be making deliveries, but Hendrix is just not going to allow it.
We thought about it this past weekend, but
I thought about it. Yes, that's like this.
I'm really not trying to leave my house.
I know. And I think it's great. Like you spend so much time running back and forth with the baby, dropping the baby off, going to work, like it's so great that you can just sort of chill for a little bit.
I know. I'm a working mom, so I have to do what I have to do.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna grab. So thank you again.
Okay.
Chanel.
Thank you for having me.
Hendrix. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
She looks amazing, right? Isis, I need you to be ready for me. Is Dasha here? Can somebody find Dasha for me? I'm gonna grab my friend Alicia. Chanel is a superwoman. She's amazing and she's such a sweetheart. I love her a lot. And her husband's chiming in.
Hey.
Hi.
What's up?
Isis, you got a couple minutes. I'll wait for you. Yeah, can y'all find Dasha for me? Because I got questions for Isis.
You always pressuring people to be their best.
I know, right? Like, don't tell me. So, hi, friend.
Hi. How you doing? I'm doing great. I know it's crazy times, but I'm really enjoying being able to be home. I'm usually running around, as you know.
You are.
So I am very excited to be planted at home on purpose and to really appreciate the gift of art. I realize as I reflect back that it's what I've been using on my life to get through really difficult times, especially times like this. And when it's done, I get to be proud of it. Like, look what I did. I didn't even know that I could. So.
Okay, so let's go back. Everyone, this is always mess up your name. Alicia Appleton.
It's Alicia, yes. Alicia Appleton, and I am the designer.
Dasha, thank you. You're here. Okay. Dasha, I was like, where'd you go? Because I keep grabbing all these people, and this has gone on a little bit longer than I expected. But I'm having so much fun. I hope y'all are having fun. Not Amber. Okay, so let's break it down. Anne is here. Okay.
Hi, Anne.
Let's break it down. Okay. So, a couple years ago, my friend and I, we went to the Dance Africa BAM big thing downtown Brooklyn, and we saw this young lady selling some leather jewelry, and Anne I don't want to tell her business. She likes to buy nice things. Let's put it that way. Anne likes to buy nice things. And so as a friend, sometimes I have to prevent Anne from buying nice things because she's just.
And you are a very good friend.
It's too much. And so, we've been calling you Amber because your line is Amber Portier. And Anne did buy some stuff. Is Anne going live? Anne did buy some stuff. I was like, Anne, you can't get the necklace and the earrings. Like, just like pick one. But this was a couple years ago, and I feel like we formed a friendship and a bond.
Yes.
And I love supporting you, and you support me, and we do things together. And I love wearing your pieces. Oh my God, I'm like, the bag is over there in the closet, but it's gonna take too much for me to get it out right now.
No worries.
But we, for like about a year and a half, called you Amber.
Yes.
And then we sat down for a drink or something. You were like, my name is Alicia. And I was like, who's that? So then you came to brunch and Amber was, I was like, yeah, Alicia's coming. She's like, who? I don't know anybody named Alicia. So then she started calling you not Amber. But anyway, you started this line of,
Yes.
and I'm going to let you talk because I'm going to step away and get my bag. Go ahead and tell the people. Tell the people.
So I named the brand Amber Portier because I was going through a difficult time, as we have like ebb and flows of difficult times. And amber is actually a resin that comes out of a tree whenever there is a disease. And my job was my disease, actually. And I was working on this stuff and working on jewelry and working on leather, and it was really healing to me. Like I said, art is my way of coping with craziness. It's where I can get lost. And so amber has that healing strength and power in it naturally because it presents itself whenever there's something that is difficult. And so my dream is, an intention, is that when people wear my jewelry or pieces that I've created, bags, what have you, whatever I created, that they can be reminded of the amber that resides in them, the strength and the beauty that resides in them. And so that is, I've been so blessed and fortunate to meet such beautiful people like Anne and Keisha and so many of you guys at the Gold Brunch and, you know, all these different places. And it's been great to be able to talk with you guys and you're like, oh, I wore my earrings when I went to this crazy meeting that I wasn't sure how it was going to be, and it gave me this confidence. And that is my absolute joy. And so if you guys get a chance, I definitely say within this time that you have time at home, like get lost in some art, you know, get some finger painting going and just get creative and get lost in that.
I was wearing your earrings at work the other day, and the president of my college was like, oh, those are really nice. And I was like, yeah, you know, my friend made, I love Santa. Like, my friend made that. And she's like, I think I've met her. I met her at this this church, something, whatever. But this is my bag.
Aww.
This bag was especially made for me.
Keisha, I talked about making this bag a year ago, and I showed her the prototype. She loved it, and I was working on other things, and Keisha consistently was like, and so when is the bag ready? And when is the bag ready? And when is the bag ready? And she has the first one.
I have them, and I feel like mine, let me not tell them that. Mine is for me. She was supposed to be at the Sip and Shop event that we were going to have on Saturday. And we don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to figure the thing out. It is a boss lady bag. Let me tell you, when I walk in somewhere with my bag, you can't tell me nothing. Okay? And you know, like, I stopped buying a lot of designer things, unless it's like dirt cheap on sale. And you know, women, we love bags. If you want this bag, go to amberportier.com and order
yes.
it.
Yes. And there's a there is
a virtual Sip and Shop. I thought about it. Yolanda. I did.
I do want to tell you guys that
we go on with this.
There is a coupon that's happening until April 15th that's happening on my site. Actually, you should just follow me on Instagram, amberportier.com. And that coupon gets you 30% off because I'm happy to share with you guys that we are currently, which is so sad because it's closed right now, but we are currently in
Amber's frozen a little bit. So we're going to have a virtual Sip and Shop. Let's see if we can get her back. And I'm going to get some water, guys, because I've been talking to y'all for a while. Hi, cousins. My cousin in Trinidad is on here. Hi, Ruthie. What's her birthday, y'all?
Happy birthday.
She's like, I want that bag. Listen, this is an expensive bag. But
So I was sharing.
I was saying, as women, we buy these designer bags. And I'm like, I love that my bag, it's not the most expensive bag. It's worth it. It's handcrafted. I never try to haggle with someone like Alicia because I know she's put the work into it and I know her. And I know that, you know, this is going towards building her and building her brand. And that's what's part of being a part of this community is about, is that we support each other. But go ahead, tell them about the coupon, girl.
So I wanted to say that I'm so thankful for Keisha and they've been at many of my fashion shows and they have been such a great support, and this community has been such a great support. And so I'm happy to share with you guys that my stuff is currently in the African American Museum of History and Culture that is in DC right now. It's sitting in the gift stores.
Yay!
So I'm so excited, but the doors are closed right now. So as soon as the doors are open, you guys, I would love you guys to go over there and check it out. I'm planning to do a field trip down there to take some pictures and bask in the glory of it.
I know someone in here is in the DC area. Sharon is Coco Honey Beauty. I know she is in that area, so she can check that out. Yay!
I will. And thank you for always pushing me forward, both of you guys. So it's been really great. And I am planning on doing some videos and some how-tos, things you can do at home that can be artistic and fun, and some things that maybe your kids can join in with, and how to dye a tote bag into some mud cloth patterns and quite a few things.
Nice. Nice. We're so proud of you, and we're so proud that we know you.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
We just really appreciate you. So just keep us posted. Again, guys, follow Amber Portier. I'll chat with you soon.
Sounds good. Bye,
and
guys.
We're in a virtual sipping shop, y'all. Waiting Grace is going to help me figure this out. But we're going to do it. I thought about it. I really did think about it because I felt bad canceling the event. But I didn't. I canceled it before the state sort of shut everything down. But people always ask me if I need vendors. And it was interesting this last time. I guess people go onto Eventbrite if they're a vendor and they look at events and then they email people and say, hey, do you need vendors? And I was just like, no, I'm good. Right? Because I love the fact that I personally know all of my vendors and I use your products. Isis, I love your body butter like so much. Everything, and like even though like I met you, you know, just randomly, like some of the other vendors, like we have a friendship and a relationship, and I know your product is good, and I'm fine, you know, talking about it and encouraging people to get it. So yes. We will.
And I'm always so excited to be at your events, to meet other artists, right? To see what they're doing, how we can collaborate together. So I hope to talk with Whit and Grace and see what's happening with the magazine and how we could maybe work together. Certainly podcasts, you know, always have so many things to say. Certainly in the spending category, I owe her a very long phone call. And so they're just, you know, it's just so great to be amongst other women who are doing such great jobs. I want to read Vanessa's book. I want, you know, there's just so many. So thank you for putting together this community.
Yes. Awesome. So, Isis, are you ready? Isis,
bye, guys.
Are the kids in bed? Bye. Isis, are the kids in bed? Do y'all have questions for me? It seems like you don't have questions for me. Hey, Jody Ann. Okay, she not ready. Isis, I'm gonna grab you another time and we'll do a whole thing. But I'm gonna grab my friend Dasha, if I can find her. Did she leave again? Can y'all find Dasha for me, please? I don't see her. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks for hanging out. This has been fun. It says we're here. Praise be. We figured it out. Dominique, is that you, my love? I have not seen you in a while. Yes.
I can't. Ebony.
Hi, Dasha.
Hi.
So everyone, this is Dasha King's vocalist extraordinaire. If you've been to any of the hashtag goals brunch events, she's also the social media extraordinaire. See, this is probably why I couldn't figure it out because you wasn't here.
I saw you had your light. Oh, that's perfect.
Somebody's here from Brazil. They want you to shake the house, Dasha.
I can't. Oh, hello.
Hello. Okay. So Dasha. Okay. I don't even know where to begin.
My name.
Tell us.
Oh wait.
Oh, you had an idea?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Let's go with the flow.
Okay. You went to school for vocal performance.
Yes.
Jazz.
Jazz. It was jazz.
Yeah.
Focused on jazz.
Focused on jazz. And you are a vocalist. You have a couple projects out. You have an album out. Is it an album? Like, you got to help me. It's the album, right?
It's an album, yes.
Okay. Yeah, she can sing. Did y'all? No, wait. I got to find, the music of Dasha on here. You know my favorite song. Can y'all hear it?
I cannot.
That's my favorite song on here.
Sweet Twang.
Sweet Twang. Yes, and she just. That's Dasha. Yes. And you just released a single over the weekend, and I just heard like the first couple bars, and I wanted to just start bawling. Yes, it's on iTunes. Yes, you can get her music on iTunes.
Yes, it's on Spotify, iTunes.
It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. So follow her. She's Lady Dossie. Yeah. And you just released a single over the weekend. Beautiful.
It was about my brother. It was the 12th anniversary of my brother's passing. And every year I do something for it. But this year I decided to put out a song. And so it's called Colors. It's just literally just my voice. It goes back to my first love, which is jazz. And it's just me, being naked and some wind and a little bird.
In the voice, the vocals is naked.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen. Yeah, it's just a voice, just me, and just a little, something in the background, but no instrumental, just me.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Everybody's laughing. You talk about naked.
Because you said it's just you naked in the wind, and I just want to clarify that. It's your voice. It's your pure natural voice that's naked. That's all. Just look it out for you, sis.
Yeah.
Just look it out for you. Yeah. So what you been doing besides putting out fire music?
I've been writing a bit more, trying to relax more because my day-to-day isn't, it doesn't allow me to write as much as I can or should be. So in this time I've been using it to connect with my social media audience and just writing more, trying to practice more. Should be practicing more on Logic and Ableton and things like that. Those are softwares to music. Yeah, for anybody who's out there who's,
Okay, so let me ask you a question for people that's out there. What if, I can sing, that's not me, right? That's not me. I'm asking for a friend. What if I don't sing in public the way you do.
Yeah.
I'm good with the oohs and the ahs in the background. I can rock side to side, But for people that's out there that are just like, I can sing, I wrote some songs, what do they do?
In this time?
Yes.
There are some really nice apps like Voicey, and I've been on Smule, Voicey, and there's another one, Voloco or Voloco. those are really nice for like people who aren't singers but just want to join in and sing some oohs and ahs. I've been sent a couple of those, and like.
But what if they want to sing like the way you were singing about the bold defiance of a woman? What if they want to?
Well, you get my album. And you can
What if they want to do that?
Then just do it. I would say to just do it. Now is the time to do it, especially on social media. Like, just.
So should they reach out? Should they reach out to like musicians?
You don't even have to do that, really. You should, I think, starting from just putting your voice out there. At the beginning, I didn't even have musicians, you know, from.
So just get on the Instagram and sing.
Yeah, just get on Instagram, get on YouTube. People have been doing that for years. Get on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, here, you know, get in touch with some people that you think are, you know, supportive of your voice, and just go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we hear your voice?
I can't.
I mean, we've heard it. Oh!
This is another thing. Listen, just
What is that?
build up your confidence while you at home. See,
What is that?
my karaoke microphone,
I want one of those.
and it has. This is the beginning of it all. See, my mother used to get me in the living room or the kitchen, and that's where it all starts. You get in there and you really just start throwing down, and you just voila. Now you have a
So
thing.
you gonna do a little something for us?
What do you want to
Take
hear?
us out? Oh, I
You
don't
wanna
know.
hear-
What do I want to hear?
That's what you want to hear.
Huh?
Sweet twang. That's what you want.
Ebony said just sing. Ebony, be careful. I might grab you and make you sing.
I know, right, Ebony?
Oh,
Some lyrics.
you gonna pull up some lyrics?
Like, yeah.
I like when you do like all those little runs and things. Where you just be like, you know. I like that.
Well, now, I mean, you know, we want to be encouraging to the people because
Okay.
we're
All
going
right.
through a pretty rough time.
Okay. Do y'all have questions for Dasha about singing and
Yeah.
and being a vocalist? All right. So go on, Dasha. Sing a song. Take us out.
I can't.
This has been so much fun. We'll do something like this again. Instagram really needs to do something about this 1 hour limit, though. The man was on here DJing for 9 hours. Every hour you had to hop out and hop back in. Like,
It's probably best.
yeah, she's getting it together.
Come on, guys. We're gonna do this one. I think I'm feeling this one in my.
You feeling this one? Okay, ladies and
If
gentlemen.
y'all hear a violin in the back, it's Carol. She's practicing right now.
Oh, Carol's. Oh, the next time we gonna get Carol on here with her violin. Okay. Okay. Do you have dates for a tour? You're gonna change the dates for your tour? You had some dates out there, Sasha?
So, well, I do have apparel.
Oh, look at her. Look at your face. That's you.
I know, it's my face. So I am doing 25% off till April 7th. If you want to go and check out some apparel, it's on Teespring. It's on my Instagram bio. So if you just click there, and if you just want to send me a DM, let me know that you were here, and I can send you the code, and you can get 25% off on your next purchase.
Yay. All right. So you'll say something for us?
Yeah. Okay. Many nights we pray with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. The hope is real, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe. Somehow you will. You will when you believe.
Yes. Thank you,
Yes,
Tasha.
harmony, Keisha.
Yeah, I know. He's always trying to start stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
She got a voice too. She
I'm
playing.
not doing that. That's not the purpose of me being here today.
But I do want to say this for anyone who is, because I thought this was really cool. One of my artist friends told me this. Ableton Live, if anyone is interested in like trying to make beats or trying to pursue the, music life in any way, if you have headphones that can allow you to play or sing through the headphone piece, you can do anything on like Ableton or Logic. It won't be great, but I mean, you can play around with it. Ableton Live 10, the 10 suite, they're doing 90-day trial for free.
Okay, I'm gonna make some beats.
Yeah, like you can make beats, you can like play on your keyboard. Because you can actually play as if you're playing an actual keyboard on your like alphabet keyboard, and you can try to like see what you got. It's kind of cool. I think it's great.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for joining us, Dasha.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yay. So y'all check her out, Lady Dossie. Yep, I'm gonna do some beats. It's gonna be dope. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. Thank you for all your questions. We'll do this again. If nobody has any other questions or wants to hop on here with me, because we got a little time now, that's going to be it. Stay tuned. I have some exciting things coming. If you haven't been able to read my blog, go to drkeisha.nyc/blog, and you'll see all my blog posts over the past year or so there. You can always go to the link in my bio and see some of the things that I've written in the past. Stay tuned. Yes, Focus Spender is amazing. Her YouTube usually is just what we need. So thank you, Focus Spender, for joining us. Thank you, Travel Becomes Me. Thank you, Wit and Grace Magazine. So make sure you follow all of them. Focus Spender, Travel Becomes Me, Wit and Grace Magazine, Vanessa Joy Walker. The Future is Hendrix. Make sure you follow that little guy. Who else did we have? We had Amber Portier. And then we also just ended with Dasha. That's 7 people, y'all. That was dope, right? This was so much fun. Isis, I will grab you another time because you do so much stuff that the people just really, really need to know about and really need to hear. So thank you all for joining. Thank you for being a part of this community. This was so much fun. Again, if you're not on my mailing list, just drop me a DM with your email address and I can add you in. In the meantime, y'all, be safe. Try to figure out some way to have some fun. And I'll talk to y'all soon, okay? Bye. Y'all want to listen to Dasha on the way out? I closed it. Here we go. Yes, we'll get Carol on here the next time to play some violin. Thank you. Y'all love this song. All right, y'all. Have a great night, and I will talk to y'all soon.